Okay, so here's the thing. In this video, I'm going to open a box. Video Game Monthly. But, just try it out. But before I do, I'm going on to a little rant. And here's the thing. I've actually prepared a script beforehand, and I'm reading it right now. Because I have a lot of things to say, and my brain gets jumbled up, and I'm afraid I won't be able to say all I want to say. And yes, I did type that down. So here's the thing. Before opening the Video Game Monthly, which I just showed you, I was subscribed to Retro Game Treasure for since 2020. Right here's a box of Retro Game Treasure that I did save, and I actually stored some video games in here that I do want to eventually play at some point. I subscribed to Retro Game Treasure back in 2020 because I was getting tired of searching page after page online for old video games, and I was getting tired of going to thrift shops and pawn shops to find old video games, only to find an endless sea of unwanted sports games, and that's mostly at the pawn shops and the thrift stores. So here's the thing. I subscribed to Retro Game Treasure to act like a middleman because, to act as a middleman because it would save me the trouble of looking for video games. Now, here's the thing. When I subscribed to Retro Game Treasure, they would deliver games based on preferences. You could choose the console, which in my case was PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PSP, Game Boy Advance, and Nintendo DS. And they also choose from genre preferences as well. Like, I wanted RPGs, just RPGs, but Retro Game Treasure won't give me just RPGs. They wanted me to have like a minimum of 4, so I also added arcade, puzzle, and adventure. And for the first few months, it was a pretty decent, collection of games that they sent me. But as the boxes progressed, each box became more and more underwhelming. And the last box I got, which was back in January of 2022, was my final month. Like, these are some very underwhelming games. Like, especially games, like, I didn't get games I wanted the most, which are like, RPGs, especially JRPGs. And to be honest, the main reason I subscribed to a monthly video game subscription box was because I was getting tired of looking for RPGs on my own, and I was hoping Retro Game Treasure would save me the trouble. When I checked the box for RPG on the site, the problem with Retro Game Treasure is that they don't divide RPGs, like between Japanese RPGs and Western RPGs. And while I am a fan of Japanese RPGs, I am not a fan of Western RPGs. So while I do appreciate Retro Game Treasure giving me Tales of Symphonia and Kingdom Hearts 2 on PlayStation 3, I am annoyed that they would also give me Fallout 3 and Mass Effect 3. Yeah, I get that Fallout and Mass Effect are well-known video game titles. It's just that their game series I have no interest in. Especially like Mass Effect 3. Like, I look at the back cover of that game, and it looks like a first-person shooter to me. But I guess it's considered an RPG to some, so it's put in the RPG category, even though I don't consider it as an RPG. It just looks like a shooter. I even went onto my Retro Game Treasure account to make sure shooter was not checked off the list when I got some games that just straight up look like shooters to me. All because they were either, they were just classified as RPGs. And there was actually a period of time that I also had like survival horror for time, and I think that's why I also got some shooters as well. But yeah, like, the whole reason why I subscribed to Retro Game Treasure was because I wanted to fill up my JRPG library. And the thing is, after I canceled Retro Game Treasure, I was hoping for another video game subscription box to help my JRPG collection. And on my last Retro Game Treasure opening box on YouTube, someone recommended me a Video Game Monthly in the comment section. Like, okay, I'll give that a try. Uh, and the thing is, when I signed up for Video Game Monthly, there's something I found out when I was exploring the website, and that is you can't select the genres. And I watched a video from someone who just canceled his subscription to Video Game Monthly because they were giving him genres he was not interested in. Like the video of the guy I was watching, he says like I was not a fan of RPGs, and they gave me RPGs. It's like, yeah, well, I would be glad to get RPGs. If anything, I'll be disgusted if they gave me shooters. And I think that's like I think that's what made Retro Game Treasure look good in comparison. Like at least Retro Game Treasure lets you pick the genres and not just give you some random games from genres you have no interest in. And another YouTuber canceled his subscription to Retro Game, like no video. He like another YouTuber canceled his box to Video Game Monthly. I'm constantly saying Retro Game Treasure because I had this one for months. But like another person canceled his subscription to Video Game Monthly because he would constantly get duplicates, and the website would force you to make sure certain games are not are checked off on your libraries. You have to update the library to make sure you don't get any duplicates, and that's the thing. Virtual Game Treasure at least checks off the games for you on their website. And then here's the thing: I actually make sure I don't go on the website to make sure the games are checked off until after they sent me the box, and then I open it, because I don't want to see what games they sent me for that month. I actually want to be surprised. The thing is, that's actually another plus for Retro Game Treasure, is that they at least check off the games you already have after they send it to you. Video Game Monthly, you have to do that yourself. So now part of me is like, this might not just be my first box, it could be my only box. Because of the fact that I hear these negative things about Video Game Monthly and Retro Game Treasure. Retro Game Treasure at least lets you pick the genres you have interest in. At least they check off the games they sent to you, so you don't have to go on their website to check it off. But there's actually something I've learned the past month of here's something I've learned the past month. Okay, so, here's the thing. Something I've learned from my experience with Retro Game Treasure, and as well as watching other people's box openings, as well as shopping for games online, is that the majority of games they give to you are affordable games that you could just buy for yourself. Like I said earlier, I subscribe to these guys because they're basically a middleman, and that's pretty much what it is. Like, they buy the cheap games for you, so you don't have to. If you want to sell the games you don't want, good luck, because you'll be lucky to even get a decent amount for them. And if you want a game that is hard to obtain or very pricey, they aren't going to spend $80 on a game to put in your $40 game box. And if you won't shell out the big bucks for the game, don't expect them to do it for you. And yeah, that's why I realized the past month, when I was looking up old video games, like, here's the thing: when I was like, I realized why I was disappointed with Retro Game Treasure for not giving me enough JRPGs. The past month, I was searching old systems, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and Nintendo DS for JRPGs, and they were really pricey. Like, there were some JRPGs that ranged from $50 to over $100. I mean, $50 or $60 for a game, I would think twice. Any more, and it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And the thing is, ever since I've heard about the series called Shadow Hearts, I'm like, okay, I'm really interested in that series. I want to give Shadow Hearts a try. Have you tried shopping for that game online? It is ridiculous, as each game in the series costs over $100. I mean, I'm desperate for JRPGs, but I'm not that desperate. And now I know why Retro Game Treasure was not supplying me with JRPGs. Is because I was giving them, you know, I mean, it's like there's like a reason why they weren't giving me the JRPGs. It's like they were not going to spend over $50 for a game for me. And this is not Retro Game Treasure's fault. I was expecting them to get games for me on my most wanted list, and they were just the hardest to obtain. And if I want to expand my JRPG collection, I can't do it with a monthly game subscription. At this point, I might as well just press my luck. Just going out in the world, going to like some pawn shop, thrift shop, secondhand shop, or garage sale that will sell it for cheap because I just don't know any better, and just hope for my luck there. Because trying to looking for old JRPGs online is just, oh my god, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, that's pretty much for the most part the scripted part. Now to the box opening. God damn, unless who's ready to get disappointed? Probably me, of course. Oh, we got a little note here. Oh, 1-up. Congratulations, you received a free game. 1-up. Which means instead of, okay, there's like various subscriptions. Like you have a 3-game, you could have a 3-game month box, 4-game, 5-game, or I think they'll send you like 10 games in one box, and that's gonna be like a box that's like over like $100 box, I think. So I think I spent like around $40 for a $40 for a 4-game box. But because of this 1-up here, it's like they're pretty much telling me like, hey, you got an extra game in this 4-game box. So instead of getting 4 games, you get 5 games. Like, oh, okay, thank you for that. Oh, that is adorable. That is absolutely adorable. I mean, it's absolutely cheap printed, but I don't care. This is a fun collectible for me. As a Pokemon fan, this is absolutely adorable. I like it. I mean, the front is like Team Rocket, but like, and the back is this. But I'm like, yeah, this is really cheap. It's cheap, but I don't care. It's adorable. That is adorable. I mean, if that's little, that's what I've learned when watching someone talk about video game monthly, is that they'll send you some sort of cheap thing along with your box of video games. Yeah, this is my cheap thing, but good news is I'm a Pokemon fan, and this is adorable. This is absolutely adorable. I love it. Okay, so here we have the first game here. Feeling the okay, feeling the box right here. It feels like a PSP game. Wipeout Pure. This looks like a racing game. The thing about racing games is they're more fun when you play with other people. This feels like another PSP game. Sylphon Filter, Logan Shadow. Yeah, this looks like a first-person shooter. A game series I have no interest in. This feels like a disc. The thing is, for all I know, this is like a loose game. Either PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. It's a PlayStation 1 game. But it's on a PlayStation 1 disc. It's kind of loose, but they did put in a booklet in there. It's like a saltwater sports fishing. The sports game. 2 more games in here. Ooh, is this DS? Codename Steam. What we have here? It looks like a. Oh, it looks kind of like an RPG. Oh, plays Fire Emblem characters. I was wondering why I was playing Smash Brothers in the Fire Emblem category of music. There's apparently a Fire Emblem song. in the Codename Steam game. Like, that's why, isn't there? Like, you can play with Fire Emblem characters in this game. Just from the look of it, it does look like an RPG, so I might actually give this one a try. And this last one does feel like a DS game. Ah, another fishing game. Uh, and that's it. So yeah, there's actually the one plus side. Yeah, that's like, I was just reading this other note right here, but like, yeah, that's the one plus side to retro game treasure, is that they at least send you the genres you're interested in. Sure, I could put in the game systems I'm interested in, but retro, like Video Game Monthly, gave me games based on genres I have no interest in, and that's kind of disappointing. That when the best thing from the box was this, that's actually kind of sad. The thing that I was the most excited from Video Game Monthly was this, the cheap item. That's actually kind of sad. I mean, sure, I guess I would give this game a try, but this is not exactly on the top of my video game must playlist. Like, so yeah, this is no better than Retro Game Treasure. Like, at least Retro Game Treasure gave me games I have some interest in, but yeah, I need to find a way to expand my, my JRPG list. And it's like, it can't be Retro Game Treasure, and it can't be Video Game Monthly. Definitely not Video Game Monthly. That's for sure. There was like a third box I heard about. It's called Retro. What was it called? Retro Game? No, Retro Rec Room. That's what it's called. Retro Rec Room. I checked the website and it's not working right now, but I did put in my email just so they could let me know when the website's back in business. So I might give that a try, but at the same time, I feel like it might not be any better. So I guess that's all I had to say. If there's anyone watching, like the video, please subscribe and have a nice day. Bye.